Australia, Aussie Destinations I Know, you know me. This is Donna.
Hello, everyone. You do.
Okay, so here we go. The last few questions are all about periods, blood clots, wheeze, compost toilets, separating wheeze and poos, toilet paper, all the fun stuff.
Tune out now if you don't like all the details.
Oh, they're flying. Chris let a fly in when he came in here. All right, so we are going to start this discussion by saying that Donna is a really heavy bleeder. To the point where she cannot swim if she's got a period.
No.
She can't use tampons. She can't use menstrual cups either. So you have a bit of a prolapse, don't you?
I have a prolapse, yes. I'm not embarrassed to say that at all. The three children, yeah, have a prolapse. Yes, and so those things, tampons, menstrual cups, it just doesn't work.
No good for Donna. So I'm completely different. So beforehand, I was a really heavy bleeder and I had a lot of issues. And now I have had a uterine ablation. So I've had all the lining of my uterus completely burnt out. So my periods are very, very light. I hardly bleed at all. I don't get huge blood clots anymore. I don't even need to wear, I used to wear period underwear and a menstrual cup. I got rid of my menstrual cup, don't need it, and I don't even need period underwear anymore. I just wear black undies because that's all I need.
Oh, I think I need to get this done.
Hallelujah. If you're having really hard time with your period, I recommend getting a uterine ablation because it is amazing. So those are the two different perspectives you're coming from. The other thing is that Donna has got 3 women all menstruating at the same time.
Yep.
So we've just got me who hardly has any issues. Okay, so first question. No one says what they do about that time of the month. I use Moddy Body at home. So you wear pads?
I wear pads. Yes, pads. That's, menstrual cups, tampons are out of the question. And when it's swimming time, I just don't get to swim.
Yeah. So I used to use, before this, and we were travelling on and off, not full time, but I was using period underwear and a menstrual cup. Even teaching my fitness classes, I would wear period underwear, like a G-string, period G-string, and a menstrual cup. So I haven't used tampons for about 7 or 8 years since my best friend gave me a menstrual cup for my birthday, and I thought she was crazy. Best thing ever.
They are. They're very handy.
They're very handy. You do get blood all over your hands and stuff, but you get used to that pretty quick. But it's,
I used to use one a long time ago, but I'm actually allergic to the silicone now, so it makes my uterus, cervix swell up, so I can't use it. No, it's not fun. Why me?
So she's got heaps of clots, heaps of blood, wears pads. I don't have a
But thankfully I only bleed for 2 days.
Yeah.
But those 2 days
hard and
are
fast
ridiculous.
And then over and done with.
Yeah.
So it says, this one's a good one. I'm on my hubby's account, but let's talk menstrual cycle and travelling. Hey! So we both have compost toilets. A lot of people have been asking, how do you use a compost toilet when you have your period? And they've asked us if having the period blood in the waste makes it not compost as well or anything like that. And firstly, we would like to point out that our period blood goes into the pee bucket. It doesn't actually go into the waste compartment.
Yes,
so you're not getting blood in that. So it just goes into the pee bucket, which isn't that big of a deal. Yes, you can see through it. And as Greg said before, all the blood clots sitting at the bottom.
Raspberry cordial you had to empty the other night.
So it doesn't look the best. But again, people put blood and bone on their vegetable gardens, on their, their plants and stuff.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing wrong with blood going into nature.
I don't see,
nothing at all wrong with it. So, we don't have any issues with it in the compost toilet. Again, I don't hardly bleed at all, so I don't have a problem.
No, it's only, clots going down to the urine, and it just makes it look a little bit chunky and very red, but I carry my urine bucket to the toilet in a little bag, and no one knows what's in there, and just tip it into the toilet, and then I come back and we give it a little clean out. Sometimes we do have to bleach it because the blood does stain it, and it has stained in the urine section where the 2 holes are. There is a blood stain there, but we just put a little bit of spray on it every now and then. And if I do pass a clot while I'm urinating and it hasn't gone down into the bottle, I just pour a little bit of water afterwards, and it'll just slip down into there. But it's not a drama, and it's not an issue at all.
It doesn't matter if you use pads, tampons, menstrual cups, whatever. Using a compost toilet, it's not a problem. It's just the way it is.
You just got to get used to sitting forward on the toilet.
Yeah, that's one
not
of the
too far
one
forward
of the other ones.
Pee over the front.
Oh no, what's the next one? What do you do with the used number 1 toilet paper? Both of us have rubbish bins in the bathroom, and the used number 1 toilet paper goes in there. My number 2 toilet paper gets wrapped up in a doggy poo bag. I've got a whole bunch of doggy poo bags, and I wrap it in that, tighten a knot. That also goes to the bin. Chris just puts his straight into the compost toilet.
Yeah. We don't put toilet paper in. There's 5 of us. I just think...
And if there was 2 of us putting in there, it would be too much. But Chris on his own is fine. I don't mind putting it in the doggy poo bag and putting it in the toilet.
And that's how we used to do it with our cassette toilet. I know some people think it's gross. Don't judge. Just do what works for you.
Exactly. Do what works for you. We don't have to dump our toilet every 2 days. We dump it every 4 weeks now.
Yeah, that's right. That's the best thing about these
game
toilets.
changer for us. Neither of us would ever go back to a cassette toilet. We love our compost toilet.
I do empty mine a lot more than Chris and Miriam, obviously, with the 5
Yeah,
of us.
someone asked us how often do you empty the container? It's like, well, how much do you drink? How many of you are there?
Yeah.
Does the boy pee outside, or do the boys pee outside? Like, it depends on how much you pee.
Yep.
Emptying the poo part of the toilet, it holds between 70 to 80 poos. So, how many of you are there? How many times do you poop a day? Do you have diarrhea a lot? Like, do you get the runs after drinking coffee in the morning? If you do, it's going to be a bit more moist, and if it's too moist, you have to change it more regularly or add more stuff. It's all personal.
Yeah.
But it's
easy.
It's not hard at all.
I think it's easy.
How do you make sure the pee goes down the pee hole, keeping the solid section dry? So that's actually not a problem at all. You just kind of scoot forward a bit, you pee down the pee hole, and if some of it actually gets onto the flap at the back, there's a funnel that directs it down into the pee bucket. So unless you pee with the flap open, which you're not going to do, it's not really an issue. And unless sometimes we put on the side of the road and the van's like tipping like this, and I'm peeing and it's kind of going, I'm like, help! And he just gets the airbag remote out and levels the van up so the pee doesn't go in the back. Aside from that, it doesn't really matter. We've never ever had a problem with it, and you haven't either yet, have you?
No, not at the moment. It was hard transitioning to. I don't know about many of you, but I used to pee and poo at the same time.
I still do sometimes.
Mary can still do it at the same time.
I've got skills. I
have learnt to do the shimmy forward and back. So I'll sit down first, do my wee, shimmy back, do my poo, and shimmy forward and do another wee.
Yeah, usually I do that, but sometimes I'm like, you got this. And if you push hard enough, you can get the stream so it goes in the front and the poo at the back at the same time. And I've done that quite a few times, and I have a little party, and they go, yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So proud of myself.
That might not work well for me pushing too hard with that prolapse. But yes, it's like anything. It takes 21 days to form a new habit, so you do get used to it. The first time I was like, oh no, and then I stopped. You just stop it. Yeah. And go.
I mean, we've all pooped on the flap. Have you pooped on the flap yet?
Actually, no, I haven't pooped
Not
on
yet.
the flap.
It will come.
No,
the time will come when you pee and you accidentally poop and you're like, oh man, I've just pooped on the flap, and then you've got to. But it is like, you cannot be a full-time camper caravanner without talking about poo or looking at poo.
Yeah,
whether you're digging a hole, dumping your cassette toilet, churning the compost, which doesn't matter because it just looks like dirt. It just smells like dirt too. We don't have any smell of ours. It just smells like compost.
It's very unusual, isn't it? It's just bizarre. I used to. Everyone's got their own personal preference, but I personally found the cassettes disgusting.
Yeah.
I did not like them.
No. So anyway, Chris is
We're
back.
nearly finished, Chris.
So we are wrapping up. So this was gabbing with the girls, and we have gabbed on for Chris is going to tell us.
Way too long.
Exactly.
1 hour, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
1 hour and 1 minute. Do you feel like you were right here with us in the van?
I feel drunk as about 70 beers.
Do you want to come over here and put your ugly mug in the shot?
I like my husband's saying short version.
We don't do short
version.
version.
I'm actually not
Come
the
on,
ugly
Holly,
mug.
Your head in here.
I am the good-looking one in this relationship. Hey,
here
comes the ugly one
Look
now.
at you, you're a mess. What have you been doing?
I've actually changed all
Greg,
the locks
you
on
gotta
our
come this
caravan.
way.
You're
You're
not
not
gonna
going to
do
be in
that.
the picture.
Come and squeeze in.
I've actually just been and changed all the locks in the caravan while you guys have been doing this.
Hey!
About time we did something.
Well, there we go.
And I was his support crew.
Handing him beers as he
Yeah,
needed to.
you're looking after kids
He
playing
lost
video
his
games.
beer. It was stuck in the tunnel. We didn't know where it was.
I found it.
Did you get the chicken on? Probably not.
The what?
Oh.
The what?
Okay.
No chicken on.
I've done
Alright.
the vegetables, the chickens on.
Oh,
it's
you
all
did
sorted.
I did it all.
Alright, we are wrapping this video up now.
Yeah.
So thank you
The
so much
women's
for
talk
joining
now.
us.
We're going to start with male talk. All right, question number one, Greg.
Do you want
Cheers.
another
Cheers,
beer?
bro.
Do you want another beer?
Adios.
That's it.
Thank you for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Say g'day to these legends, Donna, Grego.
Greg,
I told you I'm getting drunk.
4 beers in.
Campedia.
Yeah,
Hard slogan, Aussie family, mate. Give them all the support they need.
They do have a YouTube
Thank you.
channel,
All the love
so you
we
can
do.
follow on YouTube, you can follow them on Instagram, you can follow them on Facebook, you can follow them on TikTok.
TikTok.
And you can send all your emails to Donna if you have any questions
Yes,
about
I'm happy to answer any homeschooling
homeschooling
or
stuff.
periods or whatever.
Whoa, okay.
And
Only after your
and that's
coffee
it.
breakfast, all right?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye.